Hi, good morning and welcome to today's Products in Focus. Well, today's the Scottish referendum, and last night, overnight, we also had the FOMC that came out with a statement about reducing their bond buying programme by another 15 billion, but also that they wouldn't raise rates before it was the allotted time. They kind of basically came out with a rhetoric which was a considerable period of time, which they didn't go into any details on. But the markets have reacted very favourably as to there is still going to be a rate rise sooner rather than later. So equities, to a certain degree, bounced up in the news first of all, hitting an all-time high for the US 30. Then people took stock of the fact that actually the rhetoric is that they will raise rates based on the economic fundamental data. The initial response was equities went flying up, thinking we're going to have a later rate hike. But then after doing a little bit more research and taking stock of things, there was a little bit of a restore of calm before we finished bang on that potential resistance at 17,162. The USD is just gone great guns against a basket of currencies. We'll come back to that in a second. So Scottish independence vote today. I think there's still the mindset here, looking at a lot of financial markets, that there's obviously uncertainty there, and we should know more by about 3 and 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. And today is going to be a big day for the union, and if Scotland's going to go independent or not. So UK 100 falling in sympathy there. Certain bookmakers out there are still predicting that there will be a no vote, but in these things you can't really tell until the final votes are counted. So most UK equities feeling a little bit of pain this morning, but will be put out of our misery by tomorrow morning. So potential support 67.74. So moving on to Japan 225, this must be doing quite well because dollar yen has just shot up after that FOMC session yesterday, smashing through potential resistance at 15,987, and the next potential resistance is this tip right here, and that's close to 16,400. So this level is the broken resistance, now acting as potential support. Next potential resistance 16,400, and the technical indicators are just moving into overbought territory now. So look at this dollar yen. This trend here, very strong. Went very bullish yesterday. Closed at its high. We're still going great guns this morning, and we're edging ever closer to 110.77. A hugely overextended move, but lots of positive dollar sentiment out there right now. So looking at crude oil West Texas, volatile as ever. Bit of a reversal again on that interest rate hike, potential interest rate hike. When's it going to be is the main question. Worrying that it's going to put a dampener on demand, of course, because the rumours yesterday morning were that the Fed was going to be a lot more dovish, and certainly the way that people are interpreting the Fed's statement is more hawkish than dovish, to be fair. But we are at potential support at 93.95. Gold hit its lowest level in maybe 9-10 months. 12.18 is a potential support. If that breaks, and it actually ticked below that this morning, the next potential support is at 11.80. So certainly the pressure is heaping on gold right now as equities shoot up and the dollar goes rampant. Moving on to euro dollar. Euro dollar also reached a multi-month low, or could even be a 15-18 month low. Next potential support, one spot 27.46 on that dollar strength. We've got a bit of a hammer formation there right now, but the fundamentals seem to be stacked against euro dollar in the short term. So GBP USD, it didn't come off quite as much as you would expect based on that FOMC, mainly because we had such a pressurised move on the Scottish referendum. As I said, the financial markets to a certain degree are fighting back against the prospect of an independent Scotland, as evidenced by this significant rebound. We are trading above potential resistance level, one spot 62.65, now acting as potential support. Next potential resistance, one spot 64.63. And if we do get a no vote tomorrow, expect cable to be quite volatile. If we get a yes vote, expect cable to be volatile.